from Simon's wonderful demonstration last week. I just wanted to share a few recipes, some of my favourite recipes. So I just wanted to show you two simple recipes, one for some lovely flatbreads and one for a soda bread recipe. I did the recipes last week. Flour was back in stock. I think there's a few issues with flour at the moment, but please try these recipes. They're a really good staple thing with no yeast in them. So the raisin agent in these is baking powder. So let's start with the first recipe. So we've got soda bread. So in our soda bread we're going to use plain flour. So we've got 170 grams of plain flour. 170. There was no wholemeal flour available, so we're going to do 340 grams of plain flour.
And you can do it with straight self-raising.
You can do it straight with self-raising, but we're going to put a raisin agent in there. So we're going to do 340 grams of plain flour. We've got teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt, which I'll put in there, and that's about 4 grams. And then I've got 20 grams of soft light brown sugar. You can use white sugar as well. The brown sugar will give you a bit more of a caramel note. So that's all gone in. Does everybody see that? All in the mixing bowl. Here's a real one. I haven't swapped it yet. So welcome to our feed anyway. We had a few technical issues at the beginning. Hope you can all see us and hear us. My wife Sarah's kindly doing the camera, and my son Joseph is hovering around to do the feed. So let's crack on with the soda bread. So we'll mix all those dry ingredients together. Make sure it's all mixed before we start to add. So one of the nice things with this is, and the flatbreads, we use a thing called yogurt in there, and that reacts with the flour and the bicarb. So we use buttermilk traditionally, 290 grams or 290 millilitres of buttermilk. If you can't get buttermilk, something we couldn't get either today, we've used half milk and half natural yogurt, which will do exactly the same trick. So let's just make sure some of that sugar's gone a bit clumpy. Some of that in there. And then what I've got is some porridge oats just to finish. And we'll use some of this yogurt and milk mixture just to glaze the top and make the porridge oats stick. So all that mixture is in there now. It's in there. And what I'll do is put the buttermilk, or half yogurt, half milk, into there. And I'll slowly give it a shake so all the flour comes in, so you don't get your hands too sticky too soon. That's what happens there now. Start to bring it together, and then what we can do, if you've got one of these scrapers, is a scraper. Sometimes it's used in our house as a red card as well when I've been naughty and get sent off. Yeah,
gets used a lot.
Hey. So what we're going to do,
you don't need to knead it, do you?
no, you don't overwork the gluten in the flour, but you want to bring it together. So just bring it together like that. The beauty of the scraper is you don't get your hands all messy. Then what we can do is just a little light dusting of flour. Straight down, straight in, a bit in there, we'll clean that off. So how's everybody doing today then? Is everybody... The idea with these videos was just something, a nice bit of interaction really, a bit of light-hearted, some of our favourite recipes, simple things and quick wins. So a lady made contact with me, Dawn Harvey from Education. She's asked me to give a little shout out to Millie and Ollie, who are baking along with us today. So hello Millie and Ollie, I hope you can see us and you're getting us through and making the recipe along with us. Hello. So our soda bread, we're just going to bring it together. So I want to get a bit of a smooth side, a little bit, use that flour up, little touch more. Bring that all together, bring that all in, and don't worry about that, that's fine, a little bit of flour on the bottom. Bring that all in, all of that. Now you don't want to flatten it down too much, so bring the soda bread in, nice and rounded. See that? And I've got a little bit of the yogurt and milk mixture, or buttermilk if you're using that. Just a little dab of that on top. Little dab, and this will help the porridge oats to stick on top. So just enough porridge oats. These porridge oats we've got, I've got a bit of wheat germ in them. So if you're wondering what the brown speckles are in there, there's a little bit of wheat germ in there. They're for my porridge in the morning when I'm being good.
What temperatures is it going at?
So we're going to bake this. It's an interesting conversation. I think we're going to bake that about 170 for about 45 to 55 minutes. Most ovens in the UK run about 20 degrees either way, hot or cold.
Well, legally
they're allowed to run to 20, so people will always get different results. So legally our oven is allowed to run 20 degrees hot or cold. So we're looking at about 170 degrees for about 45 to 55 minutes we found in our oven. So I just want to, the nice thing to this to help it to bake, because it's quite dense, is to put a little cross in there. About 3/4 of an inch of the way in. Little cross in there. Can you see that, Sarah? Is that alright?
Yep.
A little bit in there, a little bit in there, and then a little bit more porridge drops on there. Then we'll bake that. So that's our first one. We'll get that into the oven.
Oven's been cleaned.
Oven's been cleaned, yes. Everything's been cleaned, everything's been jet washed. And then wash my hands for...
You're going to make the flatbreads now.
Birthday. Yeah. Has anybody got any questions? Any questions coming in?
No, not that I can see.
Where's our producer, Joseph?
Producer's not.
Is he awake?
Yeah.
Right, so a bit of a tidy down. Do you want to see if there's anything coming through on the feed, Sarah? No, I've got it here. Right, so a bit of a tidy down. Guess who does all the cleaning?
Not David. Go.
Right, so how quick was the celery bread? Nice and simple. And it is nice if you can get the wholemeal flour as well, 50-50 with that and that. But we've made it a couple of times. It's really nice warm as well. It's one of those nice to eat with a little bit of butter, bit of jam, and eat on the day as well. And it does toast really nice if you're using it the next day. So the next recipe, just to show, we've got these wonderful flatbreads. We made a few earlier, didn't we, Sarah?
Yep.
So we've got some lovely flatbreads. We're going to make these. These are probably one of my favourite new recipes that we found. So it's just using no more than 5 ingredients with this one. So I'm going to weigh out, as my recipe, 200 grams. 200 grams of plain flour.
Simon says hello, and so does Steve Reed.
Hey, hello boys.
Yeah.
Chefs, you alright?
And Simon,
yeah.
Your chicken plate from last week was my plate.
Oh, no, he got a set of them. He did get a set of them. Steve told me earlier. Anyway, you met the wife. So we got 200 grams of...
Yogurt, which is there. David? David's gone.
Sorry. So baking powder. We want a good... So this is going to react with the yogurt. And this is going to give us a little bit of a rise. I'm looking at flatbreads. Where's it gone?
200 grams of plain flour, 230 grams of natural yogurt.
I'm going to go
and a pinch of salt.
I'm going to go for 2 teaspoons, heaped teaspoons in there. And then the yogurt goes in, a pinch of salt. So it's about 4 grams if you want to be. So I've got sea salt there. Is there any questions going through, Sarah?
No, nobody's, not that I can see. Yeah.
So I'm going to put the yogurt in there as well. So plain flour, 200 grams, 230 grams of Greek or natural plain yogurt. Yeah, don't be using strawberry yogurt or raspberry yogurt. Baking powder and a pinch of salt. And then the other only ingredient we need is some oil or some... So again, bring that together. It's always handy having these spoons on there. Bring that together. The nice thing about these are they're really good. It looks like you've done a lot of work as well with these. There's no yeast involved. All in recipe. Start to bring that together. So we'll get 6 flatbreads out of this. About 65 to 70 grams. And then they can start to, we'll do some plain ones and then we'll do some flavour profiles with them. And chef you way for different flavours. So no questions coming through, sir?
No, I can't see them.
Can't get up on the iPad. Sorry, we've got a few technical issues, but we'll carry on. Go on the app. So I don't want to overmix that, but I want to bring it in. So I'm going to turn that out. Nice clean bowl. And then a little bit of flour on my hand, just to stick in, and bring that in. So it's all in, and it will come together. The yogurt starts to react a little bit. It makes it nice and light. So some flavour profiles, we're going to do some spring onion and nigella seeds, is it? Or onion seeds?
Yep.
What are the flavour profiles we've got, sir?
You put potato in it?
Yeah.
That was poo-poo.
Yeah, we did a potato one. Made it a bit soggy. So we've been playing about with some of these. Just wash my hands. So I'll start to bring that together. All coming in together. And a little bit of flour on, not too much. Don't go too heavy with the flour, it's change the recipe. So bring that together without overworking it. A little flour on my hands. So tacky is quite good. So that little tackiness, if it's nice and tacky, the moisture in there will turn to steam and make it lighter. If it's too tight and overworked, that's what makes it tough. So
Mel's asked, what might you eat with flatbreads, Dave?
Oh, we'll be showing you all of the reveal, Mel. Thanks for your question. So what we're gonna do, Simon did some chicken last week. So we're gonna take that Simon's chicken recipe and we're gonna do some flatbreads completely flat if you want to do them quickly. We're going to do some folded ones and we're going to do some rolled ones as well. Emma, one of our development chefs, she does her thing in the up and down a pop-up stall, roller bowler with the flatbreads. So I took a bit of inspiration from that. So that's quite a nice one. Then we're going to cut these in half. So it says we're going to get 6 flatbreads out of that, yeah? All right, so 65?
Yep, 6 flatbreads.
So no pressure, you're live on YouTube. So in half and then each one into 3.
Yeah. So you've got 2 pans on for the flatbreads, yeah?
2 pans on. Oh, we put them on. We've got like magic.
Yep.
So I've got 6 pieces there, 65. So what I want to do is get a bit wet there, so dry that off a little bit. What I want to do is roll these out. So don't worry about resting these or whatever, they're perfectly fine to use straight away. So a little touch of flour, not too much. Pat that down, and then we go to the rolling pin, yeah? A little bit more flour on. So up, down, turn around, not you, the flatbread. A little touch more flour. Up, down. So nice and round as we can. Doesn't worry if they're not perfect, these are home cooking, we should be a bit more relaxed about what we're doing. Oh, I'm putting a bit of hole in it as well, that's live. Don't panic.
So you need some fat in the pan.
So let's do that. You can dry fry these, but I find they're a little bit nicer. So we've got half oil and half butter in here. So you can just use all melted butter or oil if you like. Should we get 2 of these on the go, sir?
There's 2 on.
So what I want to do is get a bit of heat in that pan. So I'm going to turn this down to a medium heat, not number 8 on these ones. If it's on your gas, it's about a medium. So our first one we'll do plain. We'll pop that in.
Paul Gordon Hyatt says, excellent work, Mr. Bridge.
Oh.
Great camera work and vocal support.
Really?
Yes. Behind every man is a great woman. Ah, loving the apron.
Yeah, available online with retailers. Right, so we've got a bit of heat in there, so a little bit more heat I'd like in there.
Paige Graham Barnes says, you haven't even aged, David.
Oh, fun. Checks in the post.
Yeah. Afternoon, Mrs. B. George. Hi, George.
Is that George G. Morgan?
Yep.
Wow.
Sarah Morton says, I'm very professional. Oh, not anymore because I'm looking the wrong way.
Oh,
but there he is. Yeah. We're warming up a little bit now.
How are we doing? Sorry, we had a few technical issues. If in doubt, blame your equipment. Does anybody want to shout out there? Anybody want to say hello? Anybody want to say anything? Give us a buzz. We've got the feed working now. We're all action stations. So these flatbreads, like I say, are delicious. You can see now. Can you see these, Sarah?
Yeah.
Come back to camera. They're just starting to puff a little bit. So I've got them at medium. Just a bit more, a little bit more. Don't turn them yet.
You see little bubbles coming up?
So the bubbles, so that's the bicarb reacting with the yogurt and it makes them nice and light. But like I said, really simple, ready to use. What other flavours were we doing, sir? So we'll put some spring onion in this one. So I'll get spring onion, just about half a teaspoon. A little few onion seeds. So if you're doing Simon's chicken, a nice flavour profile that is onion seeds and a bit of spring onion. So we'll just quickly put that in there.
Mike Eaton says, hiya David.
Hello Mike Eaton, nice to see you in Lytham. Is it sun shining in Lytham? So in there, medium heat, a little bit of a flavour profile in there. If ever you drop these in your store cupboard, it looks like you've had mice. So make sure you pick all them up. What's the next flavour, Sarah?
So next on your list, we're going to do the fillings. We're going to make a samosa and a calzone.
So using the same recipe, because it's a really adaptable recipe, it's really delicious. What we can do is do some different variations. So we've been playing with this recipe at different variations. So I've got nice steady cooking going on there.
I'll roll them out.
Touch more. My beautiful assistant is going to now...
Beautiful, eh?
Yeah. There we go. So there's a bit more colour, a little bit more heat. But slowly, slowly, see the nice marks in there. So that one's coming up. Let's turn that up a touch. Right, so what I want to do, we've been playing with the recipe. So if you've got some baked jacket potatoes or something like that, that's really nice. There's no moisture, so we've baked some jackets. These are the tiny little ones. They're too small. So you always get a few in the bag or in the box, a few small ones. So just bake them for about 45 to 50 minutes. And then let them cool, and then what we can do, don't tell Sarah I'm chopping on a new surface, is cut them in half, and then what we can do is just scoop them out. So you don't worry about mashing this, you want a little bit of texture, so that's fine. And these skins are nice as well. You can put a bit of oil on them, a bit of Cajun spice and bake them in the oven, or deep fry them, but baking them in the oven is quite nice. How's the bread doing? Who said we can't multitask?
So what's in the bowl, David?
So in the bowl for our filling, so what we're going to do, we're going to try and do like 2 samosa style ones. So I'm going to leave a little pocket and then cut them in half. So we've been playing about. In the bowl we've got some coriander, some peas, some chopped coriander, spring onions, the lime pickle and some of the patax paste, which is really quite nice as well. The lime pickle just gives it that real...
Yeah, so we've got coriander, peas, lime pickle.
Bread, Sarah? So
There's one.
I swapped that by you weren't looking. That's alright. So that is the same one, promise. And then just a little bit of turn around in there. That's good. So as you can see, they really look really nice and tasty. All good? So I'll give this a mix up, Sarah.
Yeah. So that's just a really easy way of making.
Yeah, I think it's following off.
Potato. Basically, you're making a potato curry.
Yeah. I love potato curry and I'll have peas in it as well. So stuff you would find in a samosa filling, we've took that and put that in. So what we'll do when we get those cooking, the flat ones we can cook a little bit higher, but the ones that are going to be filled are going to take a little bit slower cooking because they're filling inside, so we don't want to cook them too fast. We'll probably cook them at about number 6, a really low heat.
Your flatbread's done.
Flatbread's looking good.
Your plate.
Get a plate up. Beautiful light. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beautiful.
So that's the one with the... Yeah.
So everybody see those? So they're nice now, brushed with butter, maybe garlic butter and a bit of parsley as well. We were practicing using them as a pizza base as well. That works quite well with the kids. It is a nice recipe and it is a nice introduction to bread as well. I know a lot of people want to do sourdoughs and all that stuff, but the soda bread and these flatbreads, I promise you, are so delicious. It's worth it. If you want to do a little entry level into bread making, get yourself some plain flour, a bit of self-raising. If you're lucky enough to get wholemeal. When I did do the recipes last week, flour was just starting to come back into the on the shelves, and then this week I think it's all been taken again. So look out for that. It's all good. That one's getting a bit hot. So what we're going to do with this one very quickly. A little bit of flour. Is anybody out there? Can they see us there? There's no one there?
No, it's not working on some of the things, I don't think. So you're making samosas now?
We'll do the samosas now, yeah. We'll call them like pockets, really. Not proper samosas, they're like mock samosa. So a little bit of oil in these, and we'll turn this down because we don't want them to cook too fast because it's got a filling. Obviously all the filling is cooked in the centre.
Who's the better chef? You or Sarah?
Oh,
that's Simon said that.
Sarah always. Always.
What's your favourite bake? Simon's asked that as well.
What's your favourite bake?
Yeah.
Chocolate brownie, I do like. I made that the other day for a video. It's delicious, isn't it? Chocolate brownie. Undercooked gooey cake.
Yeah. George Morgan says, Gordon or Marco?
How's things down south?
No.
Is it delayed?
Yeah, slightly.
So, what we'll do...
Yeah, so we've got two.
No, I don't want to overfill it.
He's very busy washing his hands.
Washing his hands. Where's my tea towel? It's funny how your tea towels at home are rubbish. Oh, great. Right, so what we'll do, fold that over. He says, we're live. Don't panic. Fold that over. Don't panic.
Flatten them down a little bit.
Guess who's the bossiest as well as the bestest?
Hand on top and flatten.
Hey. And what we'll do, we'll cut them in. Give that a bit of a fold.
Just flatten it. Okay. Flatten it so it cooks flat in the pan.
Alright.
He's not listening.
Told you this would happen.
Now he's crimping. He's gone off piece dear, look.
A bit crimpy.
Flatten them down so they're not too thick.
Not too thick, yes, boss.
There you go.
You should probably
There you go. No.
Yeah, that'll really tip her over the edge. Right, so I've turned the heat down to about 5 or 6 just so they can get cooking slowly. Fantastic, so I'll turn it up a little touch. So a nice cooking with control, if there is such a thing. So we've got that one out, we've got another flatbread there. So these are quite nice, now you can take those out and just put a damp cloth over them or just a tea towel over them. What was the next one, sir?
You've got calzone.
So we were talking about doing a little flavour profile of a pizza. We tried a flat one, we didn't really like it, did we? So, next one. So again, medium heat. At number 7, we'll do a bit of a calzone. So half the pizza, don't go too close, because we're going to fold this over. So this is something we've made up today. I mean, we've been working on for weeks, isn't it? So we had some tomato sauce from a pasta dish. Left in there was a bought-in tomato sauce. You can use passata with a little bit of red wine vinegar, salt. And then we've got some fancy mozzarella. And then, but you can just do cheese. Should you do cheese and ham on these ones? Should you have a bit of...
You want to put ham in it?
Should you have a bit of ham in it? Yeah. Or we'll just keep it cheesy, like me. You got some ham?
Yeah.
Less is more, now we'll put more or less everything in. So, calzone, I'm allowed to crimp this one without getting told off. So a bit of flour on my hands. Boom, boom. That's it's crimped. Right,
that's
so
a pasty?
It's a pasty, isn't it? What do you reckon, George? Is that a pasty? Yeah, sure. Thank you. So again, nice medium. Right, what was the next flavour? So most ones are cooking nice and slow.
Yeah, so you're going to do Simon's chicken. You're going to make a wrap up now, yeah?
Do a wrap up.
Yeah.
So I do have one left. If somebody wants a suggestion of what they'd like to see in that.
No, you don't. You're making a...
Oh, we're doing another one. I can't do that. Scrap that. Rewind.
Scrap that.
Take
Rewind.
2.
That's for the folded one.
Right. So I'm gonna have a tidy down here. Quick tidy down. Any more questions coming in? Is anybody gonna make these flatbreads? Come on, say yes. Give us a big hands up. Big thumbs up. Got to try this recipe. George, you want it? Are you making them? What about Millie and Ollie? Are they on it? All good? Make some mess. Right, so a bit more heat in that one. Touch more. These ones are cooking nice and slow. A bit more heat. So nice and golden, so that filling can warm up at the same time as well as it cooking. So they're cooking quite nice. And then we're going to do
Simon's chicken.
Simon's chicken from last week, eh? So Simon's chicken, it's not the same one, it's obviously I made this morning. That's the same recipe. So we're going to use a flavour profile. Let's do the one with the spring onion. And
you need a board, because you need to cut it in.
More board, chopping board. Told off again. Yeah. Chopping board. So a little bit of that on there. So we've got some mango and lime pickle.
Yeah.
A little bit of that'll be a little bit of our glue. So we'll put that on the edges. Everybody see that? A little bit of that. A little bit of our chicken masala tandoori. Let's bring it down this end. And then where's the potatoes, Sarah? I had some potatoes left over. Let's see if these are alright. So nice and golden.
So yeah,
Nice
David's just turning the samosas over.
So they're nice and light. Cooking quite nice, good bit of control, let it be said. So the nice chicken, so nice bit of spinach in there, a bit of iron, make you strong like Popeye. A little bit of grated carrot. And then what's in the yoghurt, Sarah?
Yoghurt.
Ah. You could use minced yogurt, couldn't you?
Yeah.
A few potatoes, so it's like a chicken and chip sandwich, yeah? So these potatoes, eh?
Good luck rolling that.
I know. So these potatoes, we just roasted them in the oven with a little bit of the curry paste on there. And then we're just going to simply roll it up. Nice and cylindrical. All good? We'll see if that's ready to slice.
No, so we're not going to.
Sorry, I just my finger through that one. A little bit more colour on that one, really.
Yeah, higher.
Higher, lower. These ones are cooking quite nice. So all good,
Okay.
so move that out of the way. So slice this in half, put it on the plate.
Yeah, so you're going to get the soda bread out.
Yeah. So a nice chicken wrap there, nice and simple. Yeah. Potatoes come out a bit better, yeah. So they're nice flatbreads made in real time.
I'll line everything up on there
Yeah.
and go over. Yeah?
Yeah, all good. Samosas a little bit longer, a little touch longer. Could even finish them in the oven for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
We'll cook them in there. The oven's on, isn't it?
You want to get your...
Soda bread.
I'll get your soda bread out.
So obviously we didn't have enough time for sourdough bread, so here's one we made earlier. Exactly the same recipe, all white flour. Promise, it's not from the shop. Yeah, we could make it. So we got a nice sourdough bread there. Turn the board up.
Here's the board.
Like that, that's the board. So sourdough bread. Nice long serrated knife is easier. Favourite pastry knife. So I've got that there, that's quite nice. Toasted as well, a bit of butter with that. It is nice. Leave it for about an hour after it comes out of the oven. And eat it
There you
warm.
go.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So
So you're going to have a look at those.
Yeah. Cheese is oozing, look at that. So I'll give that another 2 minutes.
You've got plates for them.
Thanks for them. Take those out. So just cut those off so you can see inside them.
Plates for them.
So that's a bit of a take on a samosa. Using the same flatbread dough. Really nice.
I'm going to put a bit of
Dips with that. A bit of carrot. More spinach.
yeah.
Yeah, all good. So calzone, is this our last one, Sam?
Yeah. While that calzone's finishing,
Yeah.
going to do a folded one. Yeah.
So we've got one left. Do another folded one.
Yeah. While that calzone's finishing.
So we've got some stuff to use up.
Cheese.
Let's just do a cheese and spinach one,
Onion.
eh? Cheese, spring onion, a little bit of nigella,
Spinach.
and some spinach. And we'll just fold that without crimping the edges.
Put loads of spinach in it.
Put loads of spinach in.
Put all that spinach in it.
I'll do it all that.
There you go.
Put loads of spinach in. Put loads of spinach in. Very good. Straight in. Doesn't matter if it's poking out with this one. Nice and rustic. Nice one to do with the kids.
Can you freeze the dough?
No, it doesn't really, because the bicarb or the baking
Reacts
powder
straight
reacts,
away.
Yeah, and it does go a little bit grey. Good question though. Doesn't freeze very well. It's one of those quick, simple recipes really. Use it on the day.
Dave Harvey asks, what country did flatbreads come from?
Oh,
They come from everywhere, don't they? Every
country,
country's got one.
Middle Eastern.
Dave Harvey asks, what country did flatbreads come from?
Good question.
From everywhere, don't they? Every country's got one.
Tortillas.
Can you use dairy-free yogurt on the flatbreads? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, of course you can.
You can always add a little bit of vinegar for the acidity to...
Yeah, I'll squeeze a lemon.
So the calzone's there. Yes. You can always add a little bit of vinegar for the acidity to... And then it's just that last one, yeah?
Just this last one, we're going to cut that one off. So we haven't crimped the edges on that, it's just a folded one. A bit like you do with the taco. Is there any more questions coming through, Sarah? Taco.
Dawn Harvey says they're up to their armpits in bread dough.
Hey, brilliant. Go million, Ollie. Take your time though.
Dawn Harvey says they're up to their armpits in bread dough.
So the last one now, we're cooking, just get that cheese melted, got a good bit of heat in that pan now.
There you go.
Another 30 seconds before we turn that.
And then you want to take...
Do you want to have a quick look at what we've made?
Look at the state of the kitchen now.
Nothing to see here.
You leave it, just talk.
Right. So that one's cooking. Should we have a look what we've made? Bit of a recap. What we've made. So obviously we made the soda bread. It's all in recipe. Should we go over?
Hang on. So we've got the
soda bread.
Soda bread.
Really nice and light. Best eaten on the day or toasted. You can use half wholemeal, half plain flour. I think we mentioned that once or twice. We've got the flatbreads with a flavour profile with the spring onion. Sesame seeds are nice in there as well. Smoked paprika.
What about a drink with that? Simon says.
Oh, nice.
What would you have? A beer.
That. Oh yeah, a nice beer or a nice iced lemonade, as I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
Promise. And then we've just got a ham and cheese kind of toasty type thing. I think one of my favourites out of all of this is the samosa style, yeah. Potato stuff, really, really delicious. And guess what's for my tea tonight? And then it is, if you just want to use them as originally we started off with, is a lovely flatbread. Brush that with garlic butter or smoked paprika, melted butter.
Simon said, who's tidying up?
Joseph. So that is all. Is there any questions or ever?
Have you got a kitchen porter?
Yes. I'm going to turn the camera around and say thank you to my wife.
No.
Oh, thank you, wife. There's my kitchen porter. No, I mean, no, it's wife.
Kitchen porter.
Yeah. So what I want to do now is just
finish that last
show
one.
You the last one before I forget. One last one. I think we've used every plate in the house. A little bit more heat in that one.
Nice legs, Dave.
Oh, did you see the legs?
We can tell who wears the trousers in your kitchen. That's Steve Hamilton.
Hey, Mr. Hamilton.
Berkey's on, chef. He can't wear Berkey's.
Now you know why I never brought it to Harley Hall.
Thank you. Looks amazing, chef. Thanks from Millie and Ollie.
Hey.
When's the next one? Nice slippers, Dave. Frodo.
Well, next week's challenge, we're going to send out a challenge. Simon handed over to me. I think what we'd like to do to keep it going is challenge Ben Healy-Potter. He's down in London. He works in some of our Barclays business. So he's a chef down there. He does a great job down there with the team. We're going to challenge Ben to do something for you next week. But if there's any questions or anything you want to do, or anything, send them all to Ben. I mean, you can send us any questions.
And Angie's found the link late, and we ask her we can recap through the dough recipes now.
Yeah, I have got videos as well. I have got videos on that'll be available online.
But the flatbreads.
Yeah.
Where are you going? I'll do it.
Okay. So, sorry, you can hear the sound coming.
So the recipes are.
Can you see those?
Flatbreads, 200 grams of plain flour, 230 grams of natural or Greek yogurt, and a pinch of salt, melted butter, that's to cook in, and
2 heap spoons.
2 heap spoons of bicarbonate of soda.
Yeah.
And for the soda bread, it's 170 grams of plain flour, 170 grams of wholemeal, or all plain if you can't get the wholemeal, half a teaspoon of salt, 290 grams of buttermilk or 180 yogurt, and fill the rest up with milk, 20 grams of brown sugar, oats for the top, and the bicarbonate of soda. There was 2 spoons of it. Yeah, you've missed it off both of them.
Yeah, missed it off both.
How's your?
But if you want a link to the videos, I can send them via WeTransfer. If you want to send it to david.bridge@uk.issworld.com, I can send you a link via WeTransfer. We did create some videos over the last few weeks,
It's a bit
and that all goes in.
spinach for garnish.
And then the last one, last but not least, just a quick flatbread. Voila.
There he goes.
So that is everything from us really. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope we didn't go too fast. I know I speak very fast. But thank you for joining us. And I'd just like to say a big thank you to the NHS from all of us. I'm sure they're doing an amazing job. We're very proud. And to
Oh, the lovely old guy. That's a
Tom Moore, the Captain Tom Moore, who's raised up nearly 13 million as we are now at this. So what an incredible, if ever you need inspiration from anybody, a 99-year-old man that has done an incredible job there. So that's all from me and Sarah now at the kitchen, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.